The Sign of the Times, episode 395, in this undisclosed garden. It's an undisclosed garden. I see tomatoes, there's sunflowers over there, a little bit of corn over in the distance. I think there's some pumpkins around. It's an undisclosed garden. QT would eke at it and then try to steal a couple of tomatoes to cut his overhead cost when he makes marinara sauce. I'm sure QT has a great marinara sauce recipe. Hopefully he'll share it with Beast Burnett soon. I bet Beast Barnett's thinking to himself, wow, Beast, I wonder if anyone will share with me a great marinara sauce recipe. I'm sure QT'd be happy to, Beast. Maybe you could, I don't know, have some Haribo gummy bears after you have the marinara sauce with some fresh pasta that you make. I don't know what pasta you'd make. Maybe you'd make a nice baked ziti. That'd be good. I'm sure Beast is a huge fan of baked ziti. But for the people that love the snaps, in addition to marinara sauce, Moonshiners shirt. Look at this. It's a Moonshiner shirt from the Moonshiners. Paul no longer a moonshiner. He's a freak show. But he'll be on Moonshiner Month. You probably saw the flyer that Stomp and Steve made when he was compensated some Star Wars books. The Moonshiners hugely excited about that flyer. They've been sharing it all over the social media, which is strange because you wouldn't think people from the Appalachians would have access to anything to get on social media, but they do. I can't explain it. Current book I'm reading, Of Mikes and Men, A Lifetime of Braves Baseball by Pete Van Wieren. He was quite good. He and Skip Carey. They were no Nuxall and Brenneman, but they were good. On TBS all the time. They'd interrupt WCW Saturday Night a lot. They sure did. Pete Van Wieren telling a great story so far. I'm like halfway through the thing. Romanian pamphlet. Look at that. Maybe, King Marcus Henderson's made it to Romania so far. He was wanting to. We learned that in a previous episode of the Sign of the Times. Maybe he's made it there. I don't know. CAC program. Facebook, the Instagram, the YouTube, which you might be watching right about now. Right about now, you're probably watching on the YouTube, wondering if QT's going to post a video explaining his marinara sauce recipe. The Twitter where you can follow me, but not literally. Much like J.D. Mason does. Or much like Beast Barnett does. Beast Barnett probably going to tweet people and tag me in it when he gets that marinara sauce recipe. I bet he's very anxious. Autographed picture of Seymour Schnapp, proud member of the Gouge roster. Gouge has a show later today as I film this, and I'm 87% sure that Seymour Schnapp would probably like that marinara recipe. QT has a lot of people to contact to give them that marinara recipe. Autographed pictures of Casey Carlisle are available at CaseyCarlisle.com. That's CaseyCarlisle.com, home for all your gift-giving needs. Indigenous People Day is rapidly approaching us. Some of those would be very nice for your Indigenous people gift-giving needs to list. Some of those. Halloween rapidly approaching. That'd be a very good one. Or some of those. Some of those would be great for the Amish Halloween celebrators on your list. Veterans Day coming up, they'd like that. They'd salute that for sure, I bet. Some of those available. You can get one of those. That's QT's all-time favorite picture. He loves it. There she is. There she is with her Uncle Paul. I don't know if Casey Carlisle and Paul Moonshine ever make their own fresh marinara, but if they had QT's recipe, maybe they would. Maybe they'd sit down together, have some pasta and some marinara sauce. Maybe Paul would spring for some Haribo gummy bears for dessert. I don't know. I don't know what they do in their spare time. Casey Carlisle, not yet part of Moonshine Month, but she's eligible. Maybe she'll call in and ask her Uncle Paul why she abandoned the family. Maybe it was her idea. I don't know. I don't know what'll come in the month of October. There she is, angry though. Maybe she's angry at Paul, maybe she's angry at JB. Cousins sometimes don't get along. And there's other members of Team Bad News. Look at that. Amazing Maria has my picture on her refrigerator. I don't know if the other members of Team Bad News do or not, but they should. They really should. So Let me know, members of Team Bad Knees, if you have my picture on your refrigerator. If not, maybe we'll rectify that. Well, this week is a busy, busy week as I look around this undisclosed garden with the tomatoes and the last remnants of corn and the sunflowers. On Saturday, I got to go up to Woo America. Hopefully that idiot Darth Carter stays away, because he sneaks in there sometimes, and he sneaks out a broken man. Last time, he was in there with a moondog and a Merchant hillbilly. He really was. That hillbilly scored his first ever win. Pinfall on that idiot Darth Carter. His first ever win. Had never won a match in his life. He's lived a long time. Never had won, and now he has. What an idiot that Darth Carter is. And Paul Moonshine wants to manage him. So, Sunday on Turnbuckle Terminal, we have Cowboy Scott Casey. I'm very excited for Cowboy Scott Casey. He recently put out the book One Last Ride, the Cowboy Scott Casey story. He's been around for many years. Southwest Championship Wrestling, Georgia Championship Wrestling, World Class Wrestling, the WWF when he was on Superstars and Wrestling Challenge all the time. Did the Survivor Series pay-per-view. We'll be talking to him. QT will probably ask him 6 questions about Cowboy Tex Thompson, followed by 8 questions about marinara sauce. Poor Cowboy Scott Casey. That poor man. Then I got a beeline up to, or down to Portland. Blue Collar Wrestling. Bad Blood will probably be challenging people to word games. And if he's challenging people to word games with the amount of words he normally speaks in a given show, we'll be there all night. It'll be 2 o'clock in the morning, and he'll still be going with all these words. He'll be challenging Kevin Brandt to come up with interrogatives. He'll be challenging me to come up with prepositional phrases. It'll be terrible. But it'll probably happen Monday. It's looking pretty free. Tuesday, not got much going on. Wednesday's pretty wide open. Thursday, I'm pretty free. Next Friday on our show, we will have our tribute to Wilbur Snyder. So far, the tributes have been going very nicely. Very nicely. We had a great one last week. Tribute to Buddy Wayne from Memphis. Scott Teal called in. Randy Hales called in. And Buddy Wayne's son even called in at the tail end of the program. This week, supposed to have Dan Garza with us. Dr. Jared Graham Jr. They're going to be telling some Wilbur Snyder stories. Maybe Wilbur's son will call in. We'll find out later. But the review from this undisclosed garden with the tomato plants, which will be useful in QT's marinara making, and the flowers, all these other vegetables and flowers around here. Maybe a little bit of cabbage somewhere. On Saturday, gonna go to Woo America, see if that idiot Darth Carter's there. Maybe I'll run in with a pipe and lay him out. It happens. They can find me if they want. I'd pay it. Sunday, Turnbuckle, we have Cowboy Scott Casey. I'll probably ask him questions about Devon Eriks, or questions about when Kevin Sullivan ribbed him about the dog. QT will probably ask him 4 questions about Cowboy Tex McKenna, followed by 3 questions about the Haribo Bears at Beast Bikes. That poor man. He has no idea what he's in. And I'm biggie-lining down to Portland. We'll see if Bad Blood challenges people to word games. He might. That might be how you win the AIWF titles now, is word games. We'll be there all night if Bad Blood's going with word games. He's 6 in the morning, he'll still be going strong. Wow. Then, Monday, it's pretty much open. Tuesday's free, Wednesday's open, Thursday not got much going on. But next Friday, our tribute to Wilbur Snyder. Wilbur Snyder, the WWA in Indianapolis. He was a tag team champion there many years. He was Bruiser's partner. He, I believe, according to Randy Hales, was the father-in-law of Mr. Electricity, Steve Regal. Not to be confused unless you're QT Voaxe of Steve Regal of WCW fame. But Mr. Electricity from Indianapolis and the AWA. So pretty much from this undisclosed garden, episode 395.